Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube class. In this video we will see what is an anagram. What is an anagram? Two strings are called as anagram of each other if they contain same characters repeated same number of times. Now say for example listen and silent. Here L is appearing one time, L is appearing one time. We will ignore the case. I is appearing one time, I is appearing one time. S is appearing one time, S is appearing one time. T is appearing one time, T is appearing one time. E, E, N and N. Therefore, listen and silent are called as anagram of each other. Let's take another example. If I say S1 is equal A, B, A, and if I say S2 is equal to A, B. Now these two strings are anagram of each other because A appears 3 times and 3 times and B 1 time and 1 time. This is what we call it as anagram. Now what we do? We take the first string, count each character how many times it is appearing. Take the same character in the second string and count how many times it appears, and then we find if the two strings are anagram of each other or not. And here we will take to solve this problem, we will take the help of 1 function or a bijective 1 function and onto function, as well as a bijection function, a bijective function. We will take the help of a bijective function that we call it as a hash as well in case of algorithms notation, and we will try to solve the problem of the anagram. Please pause the video over here and make the necessary notes, then we will see how do we solve with the bijective function, or we call that as a hash as well. Thank you. Let us see how do we form the bijective function over here. We know that each character is represented by the ASCII value, and the ASCII value for that is same, and there are 256 characters in C programming language. There are 256 characters in ASCII. Now the ASCII value will range from 0 to 255. Now considering 0, there are 256 different characters. Now what we do, we take two different sets and we call this as domain and this is codomain. Now this is domain and this is codomain. This is codomain. Now here what we have, here we have the alphabets, or the domain is nothing but a set of characters. Domain is nothing but the set of characters. Now what are set of characters? It may be plus, minus, backslash, 0, A, B, C, D and so on and so on. Now let's take here character A, character B, character C and so on up to character Z. Of course, we will consider plus minus as well, but let me take with respect to the alphabets. Now, what is the ASCII value of A? The ASCII value of A is 65. That means A is mapping to 65. The ASCII value of B is 66. B is mapping to 66. The ASCII value of C is 67. C is mapping to 67. And so on up to the ASCII value of Z is 90. Therefore, Z is mapping to 90 in this case. Z is mapping to 90 in this case. Now if I say A is mapping to 65 and let us take an array of size say 26. Here we will consider only the alphabets in this case. Now I say this is array of size 26. Why this is array of size 26? Because we are considering only the alphabets. Now how many alphabets are there? There are 26 alphabets, hence we say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on up to index 25. Now what does this index 0 represents? Index 0 is for character A, index 1 is for character B, index 2 is for character C, index 3 is for character D and so on up to index 25 is for character Z. Is that okay? That means A is mapping to which index? A is mapping to 0. B is mapping to which index? B is mapping to 1. That means it might be uppercase A or lowercase a. C is mapping to index 2 and so on up to Z is mapping to index 25 and so on up to Z is mapping to index 25. Now what is the ASCII value of A? 65. Now from 65 how do you get 0? You subtract 65. From B 66 how do you get 1? You subtract 65. From C, how do you get 2? You subtract 65. and if you subtract 65, character Z minus 65 will give you 25. Character Z is 90. 90 minus 65 is 25. That means what does this represent? It represents how many times A is appearing. It represents how many times B is appearing. It represents how many times C is appearing, D is appearing, E is appearing, and so on up to how many times character Z is appearing over here. Is that okay? Now what we do, I am going to draw this diagram. Now this is a clearly a 1 1 and onto function, therefore it is a bijection. Now what we do, we take only case of alphabets, but you can take all the characters in the C programming language and you can make the array size to be 256. But let me take only the alphabets. Now, what is the size of the array? The size of the array is 26. That is from 0 to 25. Let's draw an array and I will say you how it should be done. Index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25. This is an array. Now what does this 0 represents? 0 is for character A. That means here I will store the count of character A. This is for character B. Here I will store the count for character B. Uppercase or lowercase? Now this is for C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y and Z. Uppercase or lowercase. Now what should be the initially count? We will take initially the count of all the characters to be 0. Initially we will take the count of all the characters to be 0. Now these are all are 0. All these are 0, 0 and 0. Now let us take this string 1. Now what is string 1? It is listen. Now let's take the ASCII value of L. Now what is the ASCII value of L? It will be 76. Now I say 76 minus 65. What is 76 minus 65? It is 11. That means L corresponds to index 11. Now if it is lowercase, make it as uppercase. Make it as uppercase. Now what is the ASCII value of uppercase I? It is 73. 73 minus 65 is 8. Uppercase I is corresponding to 8th index. Now what we do, as soon as I get L for the string 1, I go to index 11 and I increment this count. It means L is appearing one time in the string S1. L is appearing one time in the string S1. Next is I. Calculate the index. It is 8. Go to index 8 and you increment the count, saying that I is appearing one time in string S1. Next you take S. Calculate the index of S. It will be 18. Go to index 18 and you say 1. It means, what does it mean? Till this point of time, A is appearing 0 time, C is appearing 0 time, D is appearing 0 time, E is appearing 0 time, I appears 1 time, L appears 1 time and S appears 1 time. Now next you take T. Now where is T? T is over here, therefore increment the count. Next you take E. Now you are counting, right? You have to count both the characters are same or not. You say E is 1 and you take N and you increment the count of N to be 1. Now what does this array says? This array says in string S1, T appears 1 time, S appears 1 time, N appears 1 time, L appears 1 time, I appears 1 time and E appears 1 time. Right. Now what we do in string S2, so many times we add, so many times we subtract. What should be the resultant answer? 0. Therefore I go to index S and I decrement the count. Now this 0 represents so many times S has appeared in S1, so many times S has appeared in S2. Next you take I. Now where is I? You decrement the count. Next is L. You decrement the count. Next is E, you decrement the count. Next is N, you decrement the count. Next is T, you decrement the count. Now at the end, if the complete array is 0, that means the two strings are anagram of each other. Let's take another example. Let's take the string A as ABAA and string 2 as AABA. Now this is string 1, this is string 2. What we do for string 1? We increment the count. Therefore, this will become 1. Now B will become 1. Now A will become 2. At this point of time, A will become 3. Now what does this array says? This array says A appears 3 times in string S1, B appears 1 time, and all the characters appear 0 times. Now what we do in string S2? We decrement the count. So many times I added, so many times I subtract, the answer should be 0. Now if I decrement the count, this will become 2. Now again it is A. If I decrement the count, it will become 1. Now it is B, it will become 0. Now it is A, again it will become 0. Is the complete array 0? Yes sir. Therefore, these two strings are anagram of each other. Now let's see another example where the strings are not anagram. If I say S1 is equal to ABC and I say S2 is equal to ABD. Now first you increment the count for the string S1. A, increment the count. B, increment the count. C, increment the count. Now for ABD, A, decrement the count. B, decrement the count. D, decrement the count. It becomes -1. Now at the end, is the complete array 0? No. Therefore, these two strings are not anagram of each other. And moreover, what does this array says? This array says that C appears 1 time more in S1 than S2 and D appears 1 time more in S2 than S1. This is what this array says, and this is how we are going to solve the question on the anagram. And this array is called as an hash, hash table, or we can call it as a bijective function. Both it is 1 1 and it is both onto function, because A is mapping to index 0, B to index 1, K to index 10, Z to index 25, and so on and so on. I hope you have understood this. Please pause the video over here and try to write down the program yourself. Thank you. Let us see how do we write the program. Now the input for this question is two strings S1 and S2. Let me say S1 is A, B, N, A. S2 is A, N, A, B. These two strings are anagram of each other because we will compare ignoring the case. And we have read two strings and we will write one function called as isAnagram. We will write one function called as isAnagram, and we need two strings S1 and S2. Now two strings are called as anagram of each other if they contain same characters repeated same number of times, and if it is anagram, let us assume that the isAnagram function returns 1, else it returns 0. Therefore I say int y, hence we write if y equal 1, printf anagram, else printf not anagram. Now you have to write the prototype for isAnagram. That will be good. Now we say int isAnagram. What is the first parameter? The first parameter is character one dimensional array. Therefore we say character S1 of. The second parameter is again character one dimensional array, and I say character S2 of. Now what we need? We need an integer array. We are storing 0 0. Here I will store count. We need an integer array of size 26, and all should be initialized to 0. This is very important because the count starts from 0, hence I say int count 26 of 0. This is the first way. Or what is the second way? The second way is you say int count of A is 0, int count of B is 0, so on up to int count of Z is 0. Now how many variables we need it here? 26 variable, and we know that whenever we have the large variables of same data type, we should prefer array, and we are preferring arrays over here. This is the better way. Now what I need to do? I need to take each character of S1, get the proper index for A is mapped to 0. I already said it is -65 with respect to uppercase, and if it is lowercase we will convert to uppercase. Hence what do I write? I say int I, and we say for I is equal 0, S1 of I is not equal null character, I plus plus. Now the value of I is 0. What is S1 of 0? It is character A. Now it might be lowercase a. It might be lowercase a, which I need to convert to uppercase. Therefore, let us take one variable called as ch, and what do I write? Ch is equal to 2 upper of S1 of I. 2 upper of S1 of I. Now what will be the value of ch? Yes, can anyone say what will be the value of ch? The value of ch will be uppercase A. Now I need to find the corresponding index for A. Now it is 0. How do you know it is 0? Because it is minus 65. I am continuing the code here. Now we say index is equal to ch minus 65. Now ch is uppercase A minus 65 will be 0. That means A is mapped to index 0. A is mapped to index 0. You have to go to index 0 and have to increment the count. Therefore, what do I write it? Count of index plus plus. Therefore, we say count of and declare a variable int index. Count of index plus plus, and this is the end of for loop. Now, the value of index is 0. Count of 0 plus plus means the value will become 1 because the array name is count. Now you say I plus plus, the value of I becomes 1. It is B, not null. 2 upper means it becomes uppercase B. Now ch minus 65 will be ones. Therefore you say count of 1 plus plus. Now this is count of 1 plus plus. Again you say I plus plus, I becomes 2, it is n. 2 upper of n means it will become n. Now you calculate n minus 65 will be 13. You say count of 13 plus plus, it is 1. Now what does it says? A appears one time, B appears one time, C, D, E, E, so on up to M appears 0 time, N appears one time, and all others appear 0 time till this point of time. Now you say I plus plus, I becomes 3, it is A. 2 upper of A is again A. A minus 65 is nothing but 0. Count of 0 plus plus, that means it becomes 2. Now again you say I plus plus, I becomes 4. S1 of 4 is null character. False. You come out of this for loop. This is the point where we come. And what does this array says? A appears 2 times, B appears 1 time, N appears 1 time, and all other character appears 0 number of times. Now I have to take string S2 and I need to decrement the count the same way. The same way I have to take the other string and decrement the count. Therefore, how do we do it? We say for I is equal to 0, S2 of I is not equal null character, and I say I plus plus. Now I is 0, S2 of 0 is character A. Again you have to convert into uppercase. You say CH is equal to 2 upper of S2 of I. Therefore, the value of CH will become uppercase A. You get the index. You say index is equal to CH minus A. Therefore, the value of index will be 0. Now, what you need to go? You need to go to index 0 and decrement the count. Hence, we say count of index minus minus. We say count of index minus minus. Now, when I say count of index minus minus, it will become 1. Again, you say I plus plus, I becomes 1, S2 of 1 is n. 2 upper of n will be n, n minus a. This is where we will come 13, and you say count of 13 minus minus 0. I plus plus, I becomes 2, again it is a. The value of index will be 0, and this you say minus minus, it becomes 0. I plus plus, the value of I will be 3. 2 upper of b is b, b minus a is 1. Count of 1 minus minus, again it becomes 0. I plus plus, the value of I becomes 4. S2 of 4 is null character. You come out of this loop. Now what I need to check, is this complete array 0 or not? I am going to continue the code over here. Please pause the video and make a note of the main function. Okay, I hope that you have noted the main function. Now what I need to check over here, I am continuing the code. I am still in the function is anagram. I need to check is every index of count array is 0 or not. Now how do I do it? For the value of I is 0, I less than 26, because there are 26 characters, I plus plus, and what I do here, if count of I is not equal to 0, count of I is not equal 0. Say for example I is 0, 0 less than 26, yes. count of 0 is 0, 0 not equal 0 is false, I plus plus 1, count of 1 is 0, 0 not equal 0 is false, so on up to I plus plus 25, 25 less than 26, yes, count of 25 is 0, 0 not equal 0 is false. Now what to do if it is true? We will see. I plus plus 26, 26 less than 26 is false. It means each and everything is 0. Therefore, strings are anagram, hence we return 1. This is the continuation of the program over there. Now, suppose the value of b is minus 1. Assume that it is minus 1 or plus 1. Now, I is 0, count of 0 is 0, 0 not equal 0 is false, I plus plus 1, count of 1 is minus 1 not equal 0, yes, that means it cannot be anagram because it appears one time more in string s2, no need to continue further, hence because we know that it is not anagram, and we return 0. Now, if you return 0, the value of I will be 0, 0 equal 1 is no, you say else, not anagram, and we stop the code. This is the way we write the code to find if the two strings are anagram of each other or not. By ignoring the case, we convert to upper. Therefore, I said ch minus character A or ch minus 65. You can write ch minus character A or you can write ch minus 65 because the ASCII value of character is 65. You can write character uppercase A because we have converted to uppercase. If you have converted to lowercase, you would have said ch minus 97 or lowercase a. Please pause the video over here and write the code for finding the string is anagram or not. And thank you friends for watching this video. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel and share the channel with your friends. Thank you.